Logan is in the US Marines currently stationed in Iraq. He witnesses one of his comrades getting killed while trying to help another, and the next day he sees a picture of a young girl at the spot where the man died. He asks many people about the picture, but no owner is found, and he learns that the picture belongs to the comrade who died in the war. The people belong to Colorado, which is an American city. He comes here to his sister's house. His sister is ill here. He stays for a few days and decides to leave Adende. And he makes the decision to find the girl, Hein, from the picture that was found on the battlefield. He will search for this girl and tell her about his comrade. He looks at the picture and notices a lighthouse. Inside the picture, he reaches there and learns about a girl who looks like a free spirit, but he doesn't find any clues. During his inquiries, he also goes to a deputy sheriff who is a local police officer. He tells him that this girl was previously married to my friend, so he gives him her address. He goes to the girl whose name is. She is right in front of him, but he is facing many difficulties. He is unable to tell her why he has come here. Before he can say anything, they assume on their own that he might have come for a job, and the girl's grandmother hires him. Initially, Bia finds it very strange. She doesn't like Logan at all, but gradually she starts to accept him, seeing how interested he is in working and his skill in fixing machines very well. Here, Logan becomes very friendly with B's son and befriends him. She has been living alone for quite some time, especially since the death of B's brother. She doesn't have any male friends. After a long time, she befriends a male friend who is Logan. B's previous husband, who is a sheriff's deputy, meaning he is in the police, becomes suspicious of Logan. He speaks in a very abrupt manner with a very strict attitude. Additionally, he tells his son, whose name is Ben, to stay away from Logan, not to play his violin near him, and not to spend too much time with him. One day, Ben is playing outside, and when he returns, he is covered in a lot of blood and is injured. During the game, there is an argument between him and her farmer husband, which escalates into a heated debate. Beth's former husband says that he will go to court and take full custody of their son, which greatly worries Beth. Hearing this, she becomes fearful, worried that she might lose her son, and she starts to feel very anxious. Some time passes, and it is the death anniversary of Beth's brother. She remains quite worried for a few days, but Logan comes to her and reassures her not to worry, that everything will be all right. The relationship between Logan and Beth has become quite positive and is progressing well, but her former husband tells her to stay away from him, saying she cannot do this. But she stands up to him and says that she is no longer afraid of him and that no one can interfere in her decisions. Her former husband conducts a different investigation, but he finds out about Logan, that when he first came to this town, he was going around with a photo of her, asking people if they knew where this girl lived. So he tells her that this guy is stalking you. He's not a good person, and I will find out everything. Everything becomes clear to her here. Logan is a Marine, and he found her picture with a dying man who was a very good friend of his. But here her trail breaks. She becomes very upset with Logan and distances herself from people. She tells Logan to leave. Her close companions also explain that it wasn't anyone's fault that he survived the war while her brother, his friend, was killed. Logan is a good person, think about it, but by this time, she is overwhelmed with distress and anger. Veda's former husband is in a drunken state and sees Logan walking with his dog. Veda's former husband confronts Logan, pulls out his gun, and points it at him, causing the people around to get scared or start running away. Logan manages to wrestle the gun away from him and hands it over to another officer standing nearby. Logan goes to Bat's house once again and tells him how his brother Drake died. He shares all the details, explaining that he was a brave person. Bat's former husband meets her and says that he is sorry and wants to restart their relationship, meaning they can become husband and wife again and start a good family. However, she refuses, and in anger, her husband threatens to take their son away through the court. At that moment, Logan also arrives, and their son overhears everything. He quickly runs towards the nearby treehouse, and they all, worried, follow him to find out why he suddenly ran off like that. On the way to the treehouse, there is a rope bridge, and when they are on it, the bridge breaks, causing Bat's son and her former husband to fall into the river. At this point, nothing has happened to them because the former husband has managed to hold onto the rope, and his son with great difficulty. Logan arrives here and helps them, rescuing Bat's son and handing him over to her. After this, as he is about to save Bat's former husband, the treehouse collapses and falls on Bat's husband, causing him to die, and Bat's husband is swept away by the river's water. They all return to their home. Bat thanks Logan, saying that if it weren't for him, her son might not be with her today. Logan also tells her that during the war, her brother, her friend, died while saving his comrade, which is a matter of honor, so she should not be upset but rather be happy. After this, Logan leaves from there, but shortly after, she runs after him and tells him, Logan, stay here with us. You care about us too, and it will be difficult for me as well, living without you. And in the next scene, we see that her son and Logan are all together, celebrating her son's night, and everyone looks very happy. This is where the movie's story explanation ends. If you liked it, please like,